Staying alive. Gatemen were down 5-0 after a 5 spot in the second. Tied it up in the fourth. Anything from the sixth and onward has just been all Hyannis, with a combined 10 runs from the sixth and going forward. 2-2, and that's sky high over home plate. Bargo finding it, and he can't. Drops as a foul ball. Gerald stays alive.
That one was just a towering pop fly, and you're dealing with the darkness, dealing with the lights right down on you. He'll be kicking himself, though, because that went off his glove. Still a tough play regardless.
Full count. Now, both teams have good pitching staffs. Gatemen fourth in ERA, Hyannis third. But I guess when you combine these two offenses, it's just not a pitcher's day at the ballpark. 3-2, and that one hit well out to center. Ranging back and looking up at the track, a nice play by Pauk as he draws back White to first base. Loud out number 1.
Gerald definitely put a charge into that one, just unfortunately to the deepest part of Spillane Field.
Michael Lippy's turn. 1 for 2. 2-run double back in the fourth. So if the Gatemen concede the loss today, they'll have 5 regular season home games to retake what was sole possession of second in the West Division. Never an easy stretch in the Cape, but they will come back from an off day tomorrow at Bourne. That could be a good starting point. Bourne at 500 on the year, 4th in the West. Both back-to-back road games, though. They visit Chatham. Now, they did win last time they were at Chatham.
Looking forward to that return to Veterans Field.
Always nice to visit that place. They've got good brownies there. 2-1 to Lippy.
That was the start of a revolution. The Gateman Grubs debut was at Chatham.
That was a good one. We started with a high bar.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I forgot what I rated that, but it was somewhere around a 9. 2-1 with 1 away. And a 2-2 count as he gets him with a slider.
I imagine there were probably 2 numbers after the decimal point in your answer.
That I hadn't started that trend yet. I think I just started with a 9 something.
Okay.
But yeah, I have been getting more specific lately.
He said 8.7. I'm looking at the graphic from Joe.
Whoa, 8.7? I remember it being more delicious than an 8.7.
I said 9.2 apparently on the Chatham Anglers brownie.
First Gateman Grubs of the year. You guys can check out all the silly content we make on the Wareham Gatemen YouTube channel, just at Wareham Gatemen. 1 away, and the full count offer is popped up to shallow right. This one traveling to no man's land. Snow does find it for out number 2. So it's to the top of the order now, Johan Desero. He's having a day at the dish. How about a 2-run double and then a 2-run homer? 4 runs batted in on a 2 for 3 afternoon.
Showed his ability to use the entire field as well. That double was down the right field line, and his home run went beyond the left center field wall.
Runner on. Gateman down 7, bottom 8 with 2 away. Painted on the inside edge.
What we haven't talked about enough today is the fact that it's Snow White up the middle.
Yeah, Snow White, and then if you subtract their names, you leave them 7 other players in the field.
Are you telling me that there's Snow White in the 7 dwarves?
Sounds about right.
It's Eric Snow at second base, Mason White at shortstop, in case you're not catching on to what we're putting down.
Yeah, they think we've probably gone completely off the rails now.
You think they're finally realizing that?
This point right here. 1-1. That one squibs away, and Sam White will move to second to say hi to his buddy. Sam White and Mason White. At one point, the Gatemen had, I believe, 3 different color-themed names on their roster between Gavin Black, Murph Gray, and Sam White.
We need some color in there. We need to get a guy whose last name is Green.
There are greens out there. Desero misses that one. It's a 2-2 count. No other color-themed names on Hyannis' roster, just Mason White. 2-2 deal to Desero. It runs inside, full count. Now, Dessereau's a French-Canadian name. I wonder what Desero might translate to in French, if anything. Payoff delivery. It runs inside, and Dessereau's aboard with a 2-out walk. He turns it over to Colby Turner. He's 0 for 4 today, but he's hitting .289 in the second half. Perhaps that hot stick will come out now as the Gatemen are down 7. Pardon me, they'll pinch hit. They're going to go to Nate Early, the home run contest participant. Left-handed bat out of Louisville, hitting in the high 200s with a couple of big flies this year. And with a righty on the bump, they'll play that lefty-righty game. It's got 2 runners on. Ball 1. Early made it to the championship round and then overtime of the home run contest.
Yeah, it was a 5-out swing off. Ethan Petrie came away the winner, the Whitey Red Sox outfielder out of South Carolina, but Early definitely proved to be the worthy challenger.
Man, his second place prize is pretty sweet, though. He got that Evo Shield signed by Bobby Witt Jr., a bunch of other stuff in that box.
Yeah, some nice merch, and he was just popping balls down the right field line, hooking them into the corner, not going to the deeper parts of the ballpark.
That was over at Gov Fuller Field. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Gov Fuller Field, a similar dimensionality to Spillane, except more rectangular. 2-1 with 2 down. And he levels the count.
And despite the fact that Early's played the full season with the Gatemen, he's only got 1 RBI, and that was himself on a solo home run he hit, I believe, 2 weeks into the season. He's had 7 doubles and nobody on base to score on those extra base hits, but now maybe he can change that.
Swing and a miss. Nothing changes this time as Cade Brown gets a second scoreless inning of relief. Couple of batters reached with 2 outs, but he cruises through. So it's still 15-8 as we head to the top of the 9th. That's Spillane Field on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Ethan Eibe here with another edition of Wareham Walk-Off, and today our guest is Davidson College's Eli Putnam, first baseman for the Gatemen. Eli, it's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get to walking. So first things first, Eli, let's look at off-the-field stuff. What's something that's brought you joy this week outside of baseball?
Joy this week outside of baseball? We had 2 off days this week. I got to spend some of the time out on the beach. Spent really my whole day. I guess it was Thursday. I spent in Sandwich, checking out some cool spots there, going to the gardens, getting some free time, relaxing. It's nice and chill.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, first year in the Cape, you were the Atlantic 10 home run champion this year. What is the transition to the Cape been like for you?
I mean, it's a step up in terms of competition from the A10 and our usual opponents, but I feel like it hasn't been too crazy. It's still 60 feet 6 inches, 90 feet between the bases. Still baseball at the end of the day.
Awesome stuff. Our last question for you, Eli, as we get ready to touch home. What's something that you want more people to know about Eli Putnam?
I think a lot of people wouldn't know something about me is that I'm a really big chef. I love to cook when I'm at school. I cook for all my roommates. Just last night made a nice tomato mozzarella gnocchi. You know, that's one of my biggest passions outside of baseball.
What's your favorite thing you like to cook?
I love pizza, Neapolitan pizza.
Ooh, okay, maybe we'll have to chef that up sometime.
Maybe. I'd love to.
Yep. All right, this has been Wareham Walk-Off. Eli Putnam, as always, a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
All right.
Top of the ninth coming at you from Spillane Field in a game that's just run away from the Gatemen as they've allowed 9 runs from the bullpen specifically. So it's 15-8. Griffin O'Connor will come in for relief. The right-hander started as a starter from Georgetown, but after 3 stellar starts, he moves to the bullpen. It's his second bullpen opportunity, and he's been pretty reliable for the Gatemen so far, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Those starts were terrific. Unfortunately, the first and only bullpen outing that he had was less so. Allowed 4 earned runs in just a third of an inning of work. So he'll look for a bounce-back outing here. An opportunity just to bridge the gap to the bottom of the 9th inning.
5.14 ERA in 14 innings pitched. So Nate Early came in to pinch hit last inning for Colby Turner. He strikes out, and then Lippy comes in for his replacement as a defensive substitution in center field. Otherwise, no changes as the Gatemen look to spark a comeback, but it starts on the mound, which the bullpen has struggled to do today. They've used a lot of arms.
And I do believe Reese Chapman moves from center to right field.
That one upstairs. Josh Tate out of Georgia, the left fielder at the dish. He's 0 for 3. 1-1 count to him. O'Connor, the 8th arm thrown by Wareham today. 7th out of the bullpen. On a day like this where the starter, Darren Horn, just made it 4 outs, Ethan, I'd imagine it's big for this team to have an off day tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they were able to use those couple of off days, rest the arms, rest the bullpen, try to get back at it here today. Just overpowered by this Harbor Hawks order.
3-2 on the foul pitch.
He will have Bourne after the break, though. A couple of road games coming up, and they have fared well against Bourne this season.
After that, it's Chatham. And in the final 3-game stretch, they host Katuitt, visit Hyannis, and they'll host Falmouth for the last regular season game. As O'Connor gets a strikeout, there's 1 down.
O'Connor, not exactly a guy that lives by the strikeout. He's more of a pitch-to-contact type.
O'Connor playing ball at Georgetown after a couple of seasons with D2 powerhouse from Worcester, Assumption College. Going there to study and get his MBA in finance.
He's a very smart young man right here.
We've got a smart group of eggs. 9-hole hitter Jackson West. He's 1 for 3. Two-0 deal. And that's ball 3. Well, we've talked about good baseball names. How about the good baseball hair? Jackson West got the lettuce coming out the back of the helmet. There's a strike. You know what I hadn't realized?
What's that?
The severity of flow that Mike Mobbs, the hitting coach of the Gatemen, really possesses. That one hooked foul. Had the green light on a 3-0.
What do you mean?
I finally saw him without a hat today.
Is that for the first time in your whole life?
Yes. Well, think about it. Can you recall a time seeing him without a hat?
I guess not. Now that I really think about it.
Mike Mobbs has got some flow going.
Wait, really?
Big time. 1 away, here's the pitch, and that one fouled back.
Wait, now I need to know.
I know, right?
What the heck?
Well, so if you ever talk to him, meet him in person, he's got a little bit of the flow coming out the back, but it's nothing crazy long. It's really just a contained curliness. But he took off the hat, and he's got curtains down to like the side of his face. Some crazy middle part action going on. 3-2 with one away. Called strike three. Back-to-back Ks for O'Connor to start the ninth.
Really well-located off-speed there at the bottom of the zone from O'Connor.
So it's to the top of the order, Michael DiTallo. 2 hits today, 3-run double, and a 2-run single, as well as a sac fly. 6 ribbies on the afternoon as the Hyannis Harbor Hawks lead it by 6.
You know when you just can't process something that's been told to you? That's what's happening to me right now.
Check swing. He went around. Pardon me, a 7-run advantage. 15-8 score here in the top of the ninth with 2 away.
I am going to go right up to Mobs after this one goes final. Just ask him, can you take off your hat for me for just one second?
You shouldn't even ask him. Just take his hat off.
Well, no, but okay.
Imagine he was bald.
Well, no, but okay.
0-2 and 2 away. O'Connor with the pitch. It's outside. Speaking of bald, Riley Gibbs.
All right, wait, where are you going with this?
Riley Gibbs is our home plate camera operator today. He shaved everything off.
Everything?
Everything. Did you see him without a hat? No, you didn't. 1-2 is upstairs. It's a 2-2 count with 2 away.
Obviously, you are our lead haircut correspondent, Kyle Marchak.
It's just something that I noticed, I guess.
Well, I noticed the lack of flow from Riley today. I didn't ask him to take off his hat, though.
There's a fly ball to center. Over the left shoulder of Lippy. He will make the catch. That'll retire the side. How about O'Connor going 1-2-3? The Gatemen will look to generate some offenses. They're down 7, bottom 9 at Spillane and the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.
Ethan Eibe here with another edition of Wareham Walk-Off, and today it's right-handed pitcher Cole Lehman out of Lehigh University. Cole, It's great to have you. Let's get going.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you even find your way to Wareham?
There was an old player at Lehigh a couple years ago, Mason Black. He played for Brewster. I think Coach Smythe was an assistant there, so there might have been some type of connection there. Other than that, it's always a goal of mine to be up here, and my coach at Lehigh made it happen, so I'm very excited to be here.
Things that you are working on this summer.
Yeah, I think I found success in it in one of my starts, just kind of throwing the fastball in. That was a huge thing. Coach Luxus said that to us day one. Fastball in and change-ups to righties, so we've been trying to work on those things and, just keep my stuff working.
There you go. So, over at Lehigh, you are an economics major with a Spanish minor. Now, I'd love to know why the choice in both the major and the minor?
Well, I had a great economics teacher in high school, Mr. Wagner, and then Spanish minor, I just did some traveling as a kid. My family, we went to Cuba. I played in Puerto Rico for a week.
How are you enjoying the Cape League experience so far?
Oh, it's great. I love all the guys, love the coaches, love my host family. Tate, I live with Tate, love Tate.
That you think more people should know about Cole Lehman?
Well, I have a special talent of finding 4-leaf clovers.
Really?
So that's something. But try to be energetic, try to bring good energy every day. At school, something I'm big on is trying to help the younger guys, do the best they can and grow into the best pitchers they can be. So it's a big part of my game and who I am. So, yeah.
Cole Lehman, always looking to pass it along. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
So it's the right-hander out of southern Mississippi to take over. Final arm of the day, perhaps, for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, who lead it 15-8 as we head to the bottom of the ninth at Spillane Field. Just a game that slipped away from the grasp, mainly from the bullpen for Wareham.
Yeah, last couple of frames with the exclusion of that ninth inning have not been kind to Wareham. 10 runs combined for Hyannis in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings. Really poured on in this one. Not just the walks that have stacked up today for the Gatemen. They've allowed 8, but they've gotten some crucial hits and some really awesome performances in their regard. 6 ribbies today for first baseman Michael DiTallo. 3 on a double in the 2nd, a sac fly in the 6th, 2-run single in the 7th. He's been a big reason why this Gatemen pitching staff has been outpaced by the Hawks tonight.
And the pitching staff, although not perfect, has been more sound than Wareham's today, and Josh Ock could be keen to continue that trend. This is his 6th appearance for Hyannis, picked up at the midpoint of this season. 6 2/3 innings pitched, no earned runs. No hits in those frames either. Ock, the righty out of southern Mississippi, in his first Cape League season has been nothing short of perfect.
Second time that the Gatemen have seen him. He made his season debut July 5th against the Gatemen back at McKeon Park. 2 scoreless frames.
Faces the meat of this order, though. Murph Gray batting third. Chapman 4, Jimenez 5. That's what's due up. Gray digs in, and weirdly enough, he's 0 for 4. There's ball 1.
Doesn't tell the whole story, though, as you know. 2 lineouts to left field right at Josh Tate tonight.
Scorebook can't give you the whole picture. 1-1. Slider working for him early. One ball, one strike. Check swing. He did not go around. 2-1 count. Gatemen were down 5-0 after 4 hits and 5 runs in the second. Responded with the same stat line in the bottom of the fourth. Hyannis with 5 more runs on some wackiness in the top of the sixth. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Gatemen with 2 homers in the bottom of the sixth to bring it back within 2 on a 3 spot. Since then, it's been all Hyannis. 4 runs in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. Gatemen with no response since. Now they're down 7 with 3 outs to work with. 2-2 to Gray. There's a roller over the head of the new pitcher, charging and making the play is Snow. 1 away.
We just fed him a steady diet of sliders that entire at-bat. Majority on the outside part of the plate, leaving nothing for Gray to really pull and yank, which is his strong suit.
Here's Reese Chapman. Walk, and then a trio of ground outs 0 for 3 today. Ball 1. Chapman's got S-tier baseball flow, though.
They were talking about flow before. Certainly has it.
Now we've got Mobbs back out on the field. We talked about Mike Mobbs' flow before this. He's down the third base line. Three balls, no strikes, 1 away to Chapman. There's strike 1. And a full count. Now Chapman's flow, easy to see. He's got the flow that you would expect when he takes off his helmet. Curls, slick back, all the way down. Swing and a miss, down 3-0, and then he comes back for the strikeout. Good inning of relief here. As Josh Ock settles in to get this game finished. 2 away. What's the longest your hair's ever been?
Well, okay. That's a really complicated question.
Okay.
And I don't have enough time in this game to tell it.
First pitch to Jimenez is outside. Jimenez with 2 hits today. 2 for 4. Ethan looks stressed over here. He's like contemplating whether or not he'll tell this story briefly. Well, it's a 2-0 count.
You ever watched Star Wars?
Yes.
Padawan braids?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a good portion of my life where I just had like a kind of a tail moment sticking out the back of my head.
Oh, my God. 2-0 deal. And that is ball 3. I've got to see this.
I'd say it was down a couple inches below the shoulders.
So it
was down there.
How old were you?
It was probably I was probably from the time I was 7 or 8
Oh.
until I had it for a few years. Probably until I was 13.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was kind of
That's
my
not
thing.
a few years. That's like half your childhood.
It was kind of my thing.
3-1 count as Jimenez misses on the high heat.
You just opened up an entire can of worms that you never knew about me.
I knew you were a Star Wars guy, but this is like a revelation. Wow. You and I are continuing this conversation after the ball game.
Oh, boy.
Back to a full count again.
Then one day I just decided I was sick of it, and I got rid of it. Took the scissors to the long hair.
I like the flow now. Gatemen down to their final strike. Called strike 3. Gatemen lose it 15-8. Hyannis just storms back after allowing the Gatemen to tie it twice. But they win it by 7. A day where the bullpen just struggled, Ethan.
Yeah, especially in the back half of this ball game. Things really got away in that 6th inning when 5 more runs came in to score. At that point in the ball game, it was 10-5. Gatemen had a nice comeback going in that next inning, but the bullpen just couldn't keep pace. Those 10 runs combined in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings proved to be their undoing tonight.
It was good to see 8 hits out of Wareham tonight and some offense with it. On specific stat lines, at least. Johan Desero 2 for 4, a double and a home run. Good to see him continue to hit at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, Desero is going to need to do that with Summerhill most likely being out for the rest of the season. Putting him adding on his 4th home run of the year. And now let's give a shout out to Michael Lippi as well. He had a 2-run double in that 4th inning when the Gatemen tied the ball game. Unfortunately, they just couldn't see that offense continue for the rest of the ball game tonight.
While the bats heated back up, the Gatemen bullpen is the one that faltered in a 15-8 loss to Hyannis tonight. So they moved to 20-14-1. Again, the final score 15-8 here. So make sure to stick around for the post-game show on the YouTube channel at Wareham Gatemen on the Gatemen Baseball Network. But for now, we'll get you guys in a couple of days. Wednesday at 6 p.m. at Bourne is the next contest for the Gatemen. It's an off day tomorrow. They're on a 3-game skid, looking to snap that in 48 hours' time. Until then, though, for our entire crew, the production alignment, of course, Allison DeWitt and Joseph Patrick Henry. Allison DeWitt doing a wonderful job sideline reporting today. And of my other broadcast partner, of course, Ethan Eibe. I'm Kyle Marchak saying so long from Spillane Field, where the final score is 15-8 bad guys. We'll catch you guys on Wednesday on the Gatemen Baseball Network, powered by Cape League TV.